guys, there's no light on this thing. That's what the problem is. There's got to be a way to set it. Well, I don't even know if there. Well, we don't even need a book because I should be able to look up on YouTube. And I did look up on YouTube how to use it, but it was an earlier model. Anyway, guys, so what we want to talk about is puppy pager training. You're always going to have your, your nick, because these are programmed only for a pager and a nick, because we generally speaking do not use continuous, nor do I believe in using continuous. So, but you've got your nick set on 0, and this is my pager here on the front. So that's all I'm really focusing on. And what I'm saying to myself is that my job is to let this puppy know that that's me communicating. If I want to do it in a way that is going to allow the dog to maintain an uninhibited state of mind, as I say, we need to do that when the dog is in motion and when the dog is in an uninhibited state of mind. And this is just a puppy. So she's... Yeah, get that behavior right there, because I'm going to tell you what, Birdie doesn't want his elf hat going anywhere. Get on him, because he just wants somebody to try to come and take that thing. Don't get too close. I'm looking for somebody to have to try to get that. Oh, she's going to do it too, watch. That's like
He looks at you like, do you see?
That's like bullfighting, though, don't you see? He's kind of bullfighting her. She wants us to go down to the pond. Anyway, so I'm setting up the scenario where the dog is uninhibited. I am not coming out here trying to put this puppy on a leash and put it under a microscope. That's my last plan. I'm like Captain Kirk on Star Trek. I'm just blending into the environment. I'm letting things take their natural course. I am going to interject myself into that dynamic, but... And this would be our second session with the pager. I'm going to try to get a couple of slow-mos too, but if I'm going to start doing this with the pager, again, I want to have that little GPS thing. We need to start doing the drawing. And with the puppy, the circle around me is going to be reasonably small because these puppies are already imprinted, but I want to harness the puppy's momentum. So all I'm really doing is changing the direction that the dog is going. I'm not necessarily causing a behavior that isn't already there. So it is a behavior that's occurring naturally. So now what I'm saying to myself is I've got a nice uninhibited puppy. He's ready to go down, she's ready to follow that dog down to the pond. Is he? Oh, you precious little angel. You precious little angel. So I do have I need more treats. I do have the heightened reality tone. Oh, I have them in my other pocket.
I was going to say, I'm losing it. I'm losing it.
I knew from Summer's look I did wrong. All right, so that's how I go now. I start to make a move. I look at her.
That's how I grew up.
Right? Am I doing wrong?
I just got looks.
Is my phone right here before I start screaming it's lost?
That's all I know is looks. That's how I grew up. We just got looks. There was no talking, just looks.
But that's very good though, because that's all dogs know is looks too. If you think dogs don't communicate with their eyes, and I would say anyone that's going to be, all right, watch. Is he? Oh, you precious little spinning little dog. I'm augmenting every possible way, as far away from me, because I do want that. I do want to invent a new sport called keyhole. That was my favorite sport with the horse. And you see, I didn't have any reaction to the jumping. My only reaction is when dogs come running to me. Anyway, we've got the same scenario set up as yesterday. I got the same players, because Butterscotch isn't going to come over here and bum rush us for the treats. She's going to stay out there. But you can see this dog has a natural spin behavior. This dog does. She'll run and spin. They've got a natural behavior of doing that. We're just interjecting the collar into that. Yeah, and I'm not having any reaction to the jumping. It doesn't do any good. Yeah, and you would be hard pressed to tell me that you're going to communicate with that anybody would pay you this is what I would say, a lot of money to communicate with the puppy with stimulus. If there's anybody out there, they're an idiot. Right, look at Birdie doing his little.
Let me get a close up because he's
missed
cute.
the garbage can. And so now Birdie's got it.
Well, thank God it did, because look how cute it is.
And now he's using it as his thing that he wants to believe that everybody wants. He's using it as a way to get attention. So if this is your dog at home stealing your sock and you're chasing it around, you're feeding right in. If I took that red thing and started putting it on my foot, he would not say it, this isn't this chick's sock. I mean, you know what we do. You know what I mean, Summer? Can you see? If I started putting it on my head, it's my hat. So that's what I've got. I've got a nice uninhibited puppy that is just being a puppy. And she's finding her way with all these other little individuals. But everything about the way I do a lot of this. Why do I know that? Because I see it on the stills.
How do I know? Because I watch it.
But you don't want to be in between the commands. It isn't heightened reality. It's much more deadpan. So you need to write that down, Summer.
All right.
She's writing with one hand.
That's what I do.
In between the commands, it is much more deadpan. I'm completely deadpan. And I was able to fool her into not jumping on me by acting completely deadpan. I played possum. Whereas this thing moves around a lot. It's much more interesting. I don't know where Birdie went. All right, come on, let's go for a walk.
Hide and go seek.
We told our lawn people to come later because I'll tell you. I just start heading down that way and I'll hang back a minute. So you can see the dog's got the natural behavior of running back to me. The only difference is Izzy! I am augmenting my verbal commands with that pager. That's what I'm doing. I'm not correcting the dog. I'm tapping into a behavior that it's already got. I'm putting myself over there. Oh, whatever, something's in the bushes over here. I can see it because those Dobermans were in there earlier.
When I pulled up, there was a rabbit and a squirrel in the driveway. Little bunny.
There better not be a baby deer come running out because that's what's going to happen if there's one in there. Go down the trail. If there's wind, because it's... Well, maybe they have the babies in the spring. I don't know. I keep going that way because Butterscotch is going to come out of the bushes and run to you. Turn around, they'll get shot. I don't spin this puppy. It's off. Izzy! Well, there's something in those bushes. I'm already getting a little natural spin back.
Mm-hmm.
Butterscotch.
It's probably bunnies.
She didn't listen. I'll tell you, she's a perfect actor. No, I'm convinced this is more than just
No,
a
there
rabbit,
is.
surely.
There's something.
All right, look, I'm gonna get that puppy as she takes off. And as this puppy gets more confident, but if you think you could even pay me to hit this puppy with shimmers. Oh, not that her mother would even want that. But if I'm just saying it's a way to communicate what I want. Well, I'll tell you what works that. I kind of go around that way.
That one that I saw was pretty young, little. He went too fast. I wanted to get a video.
Izzy! So basically what's happened is I've successfully... Izzy! Gotten the behavior that I want, which is a dog that runs directly towards me, to happen 5 or 6 times. That's called training. That's how you train. Yes, later I'm setting up a dynamic where I would add the nip, but that would be... I'm going to tell you when that would be on a little dog like this, you guys. Way later. If already, and this is, it's not like we're, rehearsing any of this. And you don't really want to do it. You want to keep the session short. If we drew a map over the whole pasture, I certainly didn't have a bias towards distance because she's not that far from me. I did have a bias towards motion, though, and speed. Oy, oy, oy. Here we go. And where's your little elf? He dropped my sock. All right, look. So that's what I'm thinking to myself. I'm biasing towards motion. Oh, here. Because what I want is not just a dog that comes, but one that comes very frequently. Let's work that this way. And I think today's dogs are less, it's harder for them to get collar-wise because they're used to seeing people with something in their hand all the time, poking around with it. Am I wrong?
No, people are always holding something.
This is what the old remotes were practically this big. But that's what I'm thinking. I've got such a nice speed going. I'm going to bias towards motion. And that was actually just a natural spin back. And you've got to be careful. Oh, look what the cat dragged in. And look, he's got some brown on his back. All right, guys,
I wonder what that could be.
Look at him. He's like a...
Wonder what that could be. He's... What happened to your hat? What happened to your elf hat? You're supposed to be doing elf on a shelf.
But I mean, I'm deliberately deadpan in between. The dog is getting attention. It's concluding to itself. It seems like I should be ready when I start to run away. It seems like that's when they seem to like me. We're not punishing the dog. We're just guiding it back in our direction. Guiding it. You gotta be careful with this one. You gotta be sly. And I'm not doing it now because the dog isn't in motion. Smart though. She's already figured out I get in motion. She's gonna call me back. I'll skip the middle step. OMG! Don't hide behind me.
She does like to jump up your back. Maybe your hoodie? I don't know.
Back up.
Okay.
Today. I'm gonna go this way and come back. She's already got like she don't want to go away anyway, so you do have to be careful. She's doing it, of course, but you can see where you'd be hard-pressed to convince me there's a better way. And if you said you can't do it long-term, I'd say, yeah, you can, because that's bumper rims and all of that. All right, we're going to try to get one little slow-mo, girl, and I'll see you guys when you get back. Bye, girl.